everybody. Erin Coscarelli here. Women Crush Wednesday time. You know it's my favorite day of the week. I say this each and every week because each and every week we have a super awesome female joining us. We've never had a female dermatologist before. And you know how I feel about skin. I'm very public. I break out. I'm sure it has a lot to do with my diet. Still navigating that. But I'm excited to have Dr. Anna Guanche, who is a world-renowned, board-certified dermatologist, jump on. Looks like she's about to get on here really quickly. And celebrity beauty expert, of course, a dermatologist, but she has an awesome book called 7 Days to Sexy. Speaking of which, hey, Dr. Anna, how are you?
Hello. How are you, Erin?
I'm really good. Thank you for taking the time because I know how busy you are, and I'm so excited to chat all things skin with you and kind of learn your journey being a woman in the world of dermatology, and just kind of get a sense of like what a dermatologist really goes through in her work, because a lot of responsibility is on your shoulders. You know, a lot of clients look to you to make them feel better, so a lot of emotional energy gets put into your job. And so first and foremost, thank you for taking the time. Why dermatology? Like, why skin for you?
You know, I started out my journey going into medicine for orthopedic surgery, and then I narrowed it down to hand microsurgery because I love detail work. I love tiny, tiny details, and I'm a perfectionist. And so I was all the way down that road, and then one day somebody convinced me to try dermatology, and it was at lunchtime that same day that I said, oh my God, I've found my calling. I think part of it is because it's so connected to the person you're treating. Like, the person sees your work. They see what you've done for them. So, I mean, there are other specialties where you're working inside the body and you're doing things for people, and it might be great things, but they're not as connected and emotionally attached to what you've done for them. So one of the aspects of it that I loved. And I also love the fact that I can see a little kid for their warts, I can see their mom for Botox, I can see grandma for skin cancer, I can see everyone in the family on a regular basis and really get to know my patients and get to love them, their family, and everything about them. And it's a different career than being a surgeon as I was wanting to be, but I could still do procedures. But I don't just get to see people when they're injured. I see them regularly for various body checks and Botox and filler and, you know, whatever it is that they need for their skin. So it's that connection level you get over time that I love.
I love that because I feel like connection is so important. And if you love your job, it doesn't really feel like work, even though I'm sure your job has lots of stressors, just being a business owner, taking care of so many people. I mean, people come to you in a way with a problem, right? They're not coming to you when they're really happy. They're coming to you with like, I have wrinkles, or I have acne, or I have skin cancer. And so, you know, like I had said, a lot of emotional weight is put on to you to solve some problems, which I commend that you're able to be so willing to navigate that, because it's probably not easy. And I feel like for me too, my relationship with my skin is so indicative of where my health is. Like, when my skin looks good, I'm eating right, I'm hydrating, I'm working out, I'm doing the things. And when my skin doesn't look good, I'm eating, you know, naughty stuff. Maybe I'm not getting enough sleep. So I love that, you know, the skin for me, much to like what you suggest, it's like the first thing people see. And it's usually indicative of like how that person probably is feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, your skin is actually a window to what else is going on with you, whether how well hydrated you are, how well rested you are, what mood you're in, all that stuff. Everything shows on your skin. And then, you know, stress creates breakouts, pimples, you know, and then that just is almost like a slippery slope because people start to feel stressed about their breakouts. So it's like a slippery slope of cortisol release and then cystic breakouts, pimples, and things, even rashes. And, you know, all that stuff gets worse with stress. So we can see that on the skin. There's so many things we can also diagnose on the skin. You know, cutaneous manifestations of internal disease, we call it. And I used to love to lecture on that. So we could see something's going on with your liver, your skin looks yellow and jaundice, if there's something going on. There's different signs that we look for on the skin, and then we start investigating what's going on inside your body because we see the pattern on your skin. So it definitely is, like you said, it's something people are connected to. They do come in with a problem, but honestly, that does not stress me out. I love to take care of people. I want to hear what issues they have. So that is not the stressor in my life. What's stressful is doing all the other things like paperwork and administrative and regulatory stuff. That stuff does not excite me. I'm excited by seeing patients and by treating patients and doing procedures. But they say do the things that other people won't do so that you get to do the things that other people can't do. And so in order to be able to take care of my patients the way I want to, there's certain very tedious, repetitive things that I have to do.
Sure.
They never involve patient care. They're usually just, all that behind the scenes stuff that you have to, do.
Which and I love talking to women like you because you are such a trailblazer. I mean, you're very transparent with your own journey. You have lots of different outlets with which you can connect to people. You're starting a podcast called Dr. Beauty, which I think is amazing. Like, let's get this out ASAP. We need this out ASAP.
I'm so excited.
You have a book, but you're so transparent with yourself, and I love that. I mean, like, you have such a big fan base because sounds like you take such good care of your clients. And I love Jerry O'Connell. He's been a big supporter of yours, and he looks amazing. And you guys did a video where he's like, I have not had plastic surgery, or there was something like that.
Yeah, a TikTok. We did a TikTok.
You did a TikTok. That's so funny. But I love it because I think getting these little digestible bits of information for how we can up-level our health or our mental wellness through social media is amazing, and you've been really good at if you can't see someone in person, help them through the abilities of social media. So my next question, because I do not have enough time with you, and I only have 20 minutes now, less than like 13 minutes with you, but really quickly, from someone like you who is so regarded in our industry in terms of the beauty industry, what are like 5 tips that you recommend that are good for skincare? And then I want to learn like all about you and your wellness routine. But first, like, what are the 5 skin tips from Dr. Anna you suggest?
Well, 5 skin tips. I would say that try to sleep on your back. It's really hard to do. I try every night to sleep on my back, so don't smush your face. Wash your face and clean all of your makeup off every night. Wear sunscreen every day. Drink plenty of water. I looked this up because I know that people always say drink 8 glasses of water a day, and they say, God, that's like unreasonable, and it just seems that way even for me, and I feel like, how could you do that? And I looked it up, and you're actually supposed to drink 11.5 glasses of water a day, but you're allowed to get some of that through vegetables and stuff like that, but still, I'm like, it's actually more water than you were thinking you were supposed to drink. So drink plenty of water, and then get rest. And getting rest, and there's a reason why they call it beauty rest. It's because you need to try to go to sleep at the same time every night and wake up at the same time for maximal energy during the day, and so that your face doesn't look tired and you don't feel tired. And if you try to keep your sleep-wake circadian cycles as consistent as possible, then your body is least stressed and you can cope better. But also, you look more beautiful when you can smile and relax and not feel completely stressed out about life. And then number 5. My favorite.
Go see
right
you.
now. There's some things coming up like soon, coming out of our organization soon that I can't talk about, but for now I would say get started on a retinoid at night, because retinoids are right now the most powerful anti-aging topical ingredients that we know of. And plenty of sex, I see that's actually really good too.
Did someone write that? Oh my god, that's hilarious. Good for your health. Hey,
that can't be bad for you. But yeah, definitely retinoids. So vitamin A derivative retinol or prescription strength retin-A from your dermatologist is something you should get started using, get adjusted to, because it takes a few weeks, and just keep using it for the rest of your life. So I've been using retin-A for like 20 years.
And you look 20 years old. I was going to ask you too, super superficial question, but like for thin eyelids, I know you mentioned retinoid, and I'm so going to go there. Do you just maybe like put a little tiny dab of retinoid, just a tiny dab on the eyelid? I mean, what do you do about tightening the eyelid that has such thin skin?
I know, the eyelids are tough. So Rock Retinol has a great retinol base, and I'm just going to admit that, or whatever, reveal, or what's it called? I work with Rock. But I use their eye cream, and it has retinol in it.
Oh.
It's a mild formulation that you can use that around your eyes, and you don't get that retinoid reaction. And other options, vitamin C-based creams, definitely sunglasses, sunscreen. So eye creams that include SPF, like Color Science, I love to put on your eyes, all the way around your eyes, not just on the lower eyelid, but on the upper eyelid as well. And those are tough questions because that skin is naturally very thin and tends to get crepey early on. So we have a bunch of devices too, like thermage that we do, radio frequency microneedling. There's a lot of other procedures that we can do to firm that skin.
I love that. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go there. I'm going to ask her the question, and I'm going to just see what you say. And I love that you actually had an answer, because I feel like for a lot of people, there's like, you're just gonna, you're gonna get old. Deal with it.
You're gonna,
of course, we all age.
We do. I do a lot of injectables, so that's what I do all day long. Lots of injectables, and we do Botox. Botox is great for the crow's feet, for the little thin skin that you're pointing to above the eye, or even on the lower eyelid that's inside. That's trickier because that skin is so thin, but we can't really do Botox there because otherwise you'll have the dead eyes of a shark. When you're trying to smile, your eyes won't move at all, and you just look so odd. So I always say you have to balance, what we do for you to make you look better and get rid of lines with looking like a human being and looking natural. Like you can make facial expression, because it's not attractive. Even if you have no lines but you can't move anything and your eyes look almost reptilian, well, that's not pretty. That's not appealing. So you have to balance things. So I love topicals, like I talked about, protecting, and then doing some non-invasive devices and procedures to firm the skin and stimulate collagen in that area.
I love that. And I think we have to have realistic expectations. Like, I'm not 20. I'm not 20. I'm not trying to look 20. I'd love to look 20, but just not, I think for me too, in my industry, and like I've been very vocal about, I break out, I have acne, and I can get insecure about that, especially because I have to wear so much makeup. And it's really truly the first thing, like we talked about, it's the first thing you see. And with regard to the same thing with wrinkles, I've had to do the work in going, okay, yes, we can have, realistic hopes that you can improve on them. But at the same time, I like my wrinkles because they are...
You earned them.
You've earned them.
You've earned them.
And so I love that, because I think my question for you is, where is the balance for you where you do want to help the client who maybe has acne issues, but then also provide self-love, because at the end of the day, like, you're still who you are regardless of a pimple or a wrinkle.
Yes.
Like, that's probably a line you have to walk. Do you feel that way in
100%.
some way? Yeah.
So, well, let me just do a shameless plug, because you brought up that you get breakouts and you feel self-conscious of it. I have Miracle Cream as something I launched. It's an OTC, so it's a topical treatment for pimples. You can spot treat at night. It's compatible with any other skin regimen that you have. You spot treat, and it helps reduce pimples quickly without scabbing. So that's Miracle Cream. It's available at Walmart, online, Walmart store. Yeah, and Amazon online, obviously. And so that's something you can find easily. It's affordable, and you can spot treat breakouts with it and hopefully get rid of those. You're not alone in feeling self-conscious when you get breakouts, and it varies. I mean, some kids have breakouts all over their face and don't care, and their mom is trying to get them to clear it up. and some have one pimple and don't want to go out in public, period. So people ask me a lot, like, what is your most popular procedure for celebrities? And it is very often, very frequently, pimple injections before they walk the red carpet, just to keep them from, it's so hard to cover that with makeup and different angles of lighting. And so I end up giving them injections, and that's where Miracle Cream was born, was here in my practice. It was a compounded formulation for pimples. But to answer your question, it is a fine balance between telling the patient that there's things we can do to make them look better and feel better, and the limits of what a procedure can do for them. What I like to do is say that I'm unleashing their confidence. I want people to feel as good about themselves as they possibly can, so that they take risks, they decide to ask for that date, they decide to go for that job, they don't feel self-conscious on Zoom and try to not draw attention to themselves, but instead they shine. And so there's that aspect of what I do, is to increase confidence. And then there's that tipping point where it starts to tip over into, like, I don't know that this procedure is going to change your life the way you're hoping that it will. So when the expectations start to become so big that they're not realistic, or the person is asking me for something that isn't going to look good on them. So there's definitely a psychological aspect to it, and I tend to really talk to my patients and get to know them and what they're all about, so that I can give them the best possible result and not overdo, not give them something and then they are later disappointed because they thought they were going to evolve into a different person. We just want you to feel awesome and feel great and look perfectly normal, and most often the best cosmetic work is one where you can't even tell anything was done. So that's my ideal for my patients.
Well, and it's funny because, like, what comes up for me is, like, you're obviously very aesthetically attractive, and that's a nice canvas. Like, you want to go to someone who has nice hair that does your own hair. Do you ever have any feelings of that? Like, I imagine you're human. How do you handle it? And then, because I only have a few more minutes with you, I want to get your, like, morning routine or your wellness routine, or what you do for self-care, because you are on the go so much. You're treating so many other people. I imagine you need to find time to prioritize yourself. And since we've never had a dermatologist on before, I am, like, absolutely fascinated with what you do and how hard you work, and that work-life balance is a priority.
So when you ask me, so let me answer your first question is, do I feel pressure? Absolutely. I feel like people are looking at me to see whether I look natural, whether I look good, does my skin look good, all these things I'm recommending, and I don't offer anything that I don't try on myself first. So everything that we offer here is, I'm a customer. I don't know if you're old enough to know that commercial the guy had who says, I'm a member of the hair club, but I'm a client too. Or I'm the owner of the hair club, but I'm a client too. Well, that's me. Everything that we have here, I use, I try, and so that I really believe in it. And then I know that what it makes me look like, what it makes me feel like, and I can talk to my patients about that. And they are looking at me, and there's some pressure. Like, every day I get myself together, put myself together. Sometimes you wish you could just roll out of bed and look horrible and come to work, but you don't, that's not my specialty. That's, so there is some pressure. And my routine, I meditate every day, at least 10 minutes. And so I try to do some, in the morning, and, well, every morning and every night before bedtime. And then I also do yoga 3 times a week. When I can get to it, I do Pilates, and I also love doing hip hop and dancing, because I just feel like just happy when I'm dancing. But so exercise, I follow a low carb diet. I drink lots of water as much as I can. And again, I don't get to 11.5 cups a day, but I try. So, and all the things that I recommend, also skincare-wise, to my patients, I use myself. So retinoids at night, SPF every single day. Even though I'm inside here all day long, I'm still wearing my SPF. And so, if you follow me on Instagram, I'm regularly giving out beauty tips. I'm regularly talking about, different things that concern people, and doing procedures. So it would be really hard for me to, like, summarize all the things I do. It's pretty crazy. And I also love supplements. I take tons of supplements, 35 or 36 supplements a day. And I have an IG Live on that. And sometimes that evolves and I change something. And so it's the sleep-wake cycles, drinking lots of water, great skincare, SPF, low carb. It's the supplements. It's all of it together.
I love it. I love it. Dr. Anna, you are such an inspiration in what you do for other people. And I just, even just you being transparent about feeling your own sense of pressure, having to be a certain way. I love that. It makes me want to work with you even more because I feel like boosting other women and helping inspire other women through our story and our journey is helping. It just, I think we need that right now. So, how can people find you? You do have an amazing Instagram. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. No, I think women need to understand that doing a few things to make yourself look and feel your best is nothing to be stigmatized. And one of the biggest goals is to destigmatize doing some procedures to make you look and feel your best without overdoing. So that's one of my messages is like, if it's going to make you feel better, you enjoy your day more, you're more confident, do it. Just don't expect that, like I said, it's going to change your life completely, but really it's okay. And we are supporting each other by saying it's okay to do these things if that's something you want to do. That's also great if you don't want to do anything about it. If you don't want to, if you want to embrace it and age gracefully and the old definition of age gracefully, that's great too. And so it's all an individual journey. And I think we just need to all be accepting of each person's choices. But there are definitely ways that you can do a few things to get rid of lines and still look natural and not look quote unquote done. So that would be my message to people, is to hope that they'll increase their comfort level with that.
I mean, taking care of yourself and how that looks is called self-care. And I love that you just said that, ending on we don't need permission from other people if it makes us feel good. We should be able to do what we want, dress the way we want, and say what we want without the need of fear from other people's opinions, because it's no one else's business. Like, how you feel is how you should feel. So you're so awesome. Really quickly before I let you go, how can people find you? You have such a cool Instagram. You're super transparent. Lots of really good stuff. How do people find you on Instagram?
Oh, follow me at Anna Guanche MD on Instagram. Also at Anna Guanche MD. I can't say my own name on TikTok. And also, I'm on all kinds of different platforms, but usually you can find me under Anna Guanche MD.
Awesome. And we'll repost it too, so people tuning in can make sure to find you. But you're an inspiration. I know you're so busy, so thank you so much for taking the time. I can't wait to learn more about the things that you do. And hopefully I'll come in and see you soon.
All right. Come see me. That'd be amazing. Are you local here?
I am. I'm in Los Angeles right now, so yeah.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
I want to see you.
I have plenty of things to give you, so your hands will be full.
You're looking gorgeous.
Thank you, Dr. Anna. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thanks for having me.
Bye. Bye.